Hello! Welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to talk about this beautiful colorful creature, the nudibranch. So if you're ready to get started, let's go into the video. A class of marine gastropod molluscs with soft bodies is known as nudibranchs. They have been given catchy titles like sea goddess, splendid, dragon, painted, or dancer, to name a few, because some are noted for their remarkable colors and attractive forms. Approximately 3,000 legitimate nudibranch species are now recognized. There is a shell on many gastropods. In their larval stage, nudibranchs have a shell, however, in their adult form, the shell is gone. Nudibranch is derived from the Latin word nudus and the Greek word branchia, which respectively indicate no gills and naked. This makes sense given that the little flower-like projections on the nudibranch's back are its exposed gills. There are a few species of nudibranchs that are pelagic, which means they dwell in the water column or on the surface, but the majority of them are benthic, which means they crawl on the ocean floor. One of these species transfers the stinging tentacles of a Portuguese man o' war from its stomach to the surface of its skin as a protective mechanism. In all oceans throughout the world, nudibranchs can be found in both warm and cold water. Nudibranchs can be discovered in your neighborhood tide pool, when diving or snorkeling on a tropical coral reef, in some of the coldest regions of the ocean, or even in thermal vents. They have been found between 30 to 6,500 feet below the ocean surface, where they reside on or near the seafloor. Although a recently discovered species was identified at more than 8,200 feet, the greatest diversity of nudibranchs can be found in warm waters on shallow reefs, 500 m. The nudibranch is a very sluggish creature that moves very slowly. On the ocean floor, they can be observed slowly migrating on top of substrates. They don't need to go from one location to another for mating because they are hermaphrodite creatures and solitary in nature. They may easily consume creatures and plants from the water and the floor because they are surface feeders. Through the use of chemical signals released in the water, these animals may communicate with one another. They are assisted by certain hormones in understanding the presence of food nearby. They can communicate thanks to rhinophores. These extendable tentacles aid in the detection of substances and their triggers. In comparison to other similar creatures in their respective families and phyla, these animals are rather typical in size. Nudibranchs can grow up to 24 inches, 58 centimeters in length. Some nudibranch species are extremely small, measuring just 0.16 inches and resembling tiny cells, for millimeters. When compared to a few species of sea sponges, which may reach lengths of up to 3.3 to 6.6 feet, 100 to 201 centimeters, nudibranchs appear to be rather little. In nudibranchs, male and female individuals cannot be distinguished by a specific name. The reproductive systems of both the male and female are also present in each organism since these creatures are hermaphrodites. In order to define these creatures, it is customary to use their scientific term, nudibranch. Nudibranchs are unable to fertilize themselves, yet they can fertilize each other while mating. Then, in a stunning spiral, they both lay eggs. Nudibranchs are carnivorous invertebrates that feed on other types of marine sponges. These species eat a range of sea sponges, as well as barnacles and sea anemones, as their primary sources of food. The vula, a tongue-like structure found in the mouth, is there to aid the animal in eating its prey. Depending on their habitat and geographic location, these animals prey on various species of sea sponges. Nudibranchs are poor swimmers, however some species do have a swimming foot that they may use. It leaves a slimy trail behind it. Their eyes are incredibly small. Actually, they can only discern between lights and shadows with these eyes. On top of their heads, however, nudies have two tentacles known as rhinophores. Through their rhinophores, nudibranchs view the environment. Nudibranchs can hide their two horns inside their bodies when they are in danger because having them protrude makes them more noticeable to predators. Nudibranch have some rare superpowers. The sensory organs of nudibranchs, the rhinophores, allow them to distinguish the chemical particles present in the water, and more particularly smell from afar potential food sources, the pheromones of sexual partners or the presence of certain threats. The nudibranch has many powers: contraction of the body, retraction of the gills, hedgehogging of the papillae, secretion of toxic or acid substances. It also has the ability to practice autotomy, that is to say that it can auto-amputee a part of the body which will regenerate itself afterwards. Just like lizards leave their tail behind, the nudibranch will be ready to give up its branchial plumage, its rhinophore or a fragment of its mantle in order to save the essential part of its body. Nudibranchs have beautiful colors. The reason therefore is that nudibranchs eat colorful food. Nudibranchs are adapted to deter predators without the protection of a hard shell. Their soft bodies come in hundreds, if not thousands, of different colors and patterns. Some are just bright red, while others white with electric blue stripes. The serrata are not the same color as the body, so they always stick out. The bright coloring is a warning to predators that the nudibranch is toxic and should not be eaten. Even some non-toxic nudibranchs are colorful, as it tricks predators into thinking they are poisonous. As a nudibranch eats a coral or anemone, it will absorb the prey's colors. The nudibranch uses this coloring as camouflage. The nudibranch will be hidden from predators, and prey won't notice it munching down. Cannibalism exists in the nudibranch world. Some species eat other nudibranchs, as well as nudibranchs of their own species. They are also very choosy regarding their food. Some species just eat one kind of food. Due to their colorful appearance, they can hide from predators in their corals. Nevertheless, nudibranchs have a lifespan of a few weeks or months. Some species of nudibranchs have the ability to store photosynthetic algae inside their bodies. They only need to eat for the first few weeks of their life, and once they have enough, the algae present in its tissue provides enough energy from the light for the both of them. At least 2 species of nudibranchs can actually make sounds that are audible to humans. A scientist in 1884 reported sounds from 2 species in an aquarium that sounded like wire tapping the side of a jar, repeated at intervals. It is unknown whether these sounds are for defense, attracting a mate, or other reasons. But now, if you don't want to miss something, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.